All right, folks. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Yes, we're almost there. It's quieting down. Ned, you got this? You going to speak up for me back there? Yeah? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Mr. Mayor, good morning. Yeah. Okay. All right, folks, good morning, and welcome to the Fitchburg City Hall ribbon cutting. My name is AJ Turigny, City Project Manager for the City Hall project, and with me this morning to help me get through the process is Mary Delaney, our Chief Procurement Officer, and our Building Committee Chair for the project. It's my distinct honor and privilege to be here with you this morning to share this experience of such an important project to the city. This morning we stand in the Colonel Ira Phillips lobby, the original person who was commissioned to build the building at the time, our town hall, which was completed in 1853. During that time, the project faced several challenges, and it was Colonel Ira Phillips' leadership and the will of the Fitchburg residents that brought the project to completion. In the same sense, the restoration of our city hall also faced several challenges, and some were abundantly unpredictable. I'd like to recognize the mayor for his leadership, the project team, the city employees, and of course the Fitchburg residents for believing in this project, providing support, and returning the seat of government to Main Street. Thank you all. At this time, I would like to recognize the elected officials and honored guests with us this afternoon. Tony DeLuzio Colliers, our project manager, Pam Bailey and Dave Capaldo of Bond Building, Ned Collier and Mark McKevitz of Icon Architecture, Congresswoman Nikki Songus, thank you very much, State Senator John Cronin, State Representative Michael Kushmarek, our Registrar Kathleen Degnault, and former mayors with us today are also Bill Flynn, Mary Whitney, Lisa Wong, Danny Mylott, and Jeff Bean. Thank you all. And of course, our city councilors, thank you. Mary? Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mary Delaney. I'm the Chief Procurement Officer for the city, and I also had the honor of being the chairman of the building committee for this building, and part of what I call the Project Dream Team. In 2012, Preservation Mass focused their attention on the dangers of losing Fitchburg City Hall. They were fearful that the building would be vacated and then eventually demolished. At this time, City Hall was named to Mass Preservation's most endangered list. And a person named Pam Bailey was chairman of Preservation Mass at that time. Fast forward to 2017, when the city was looking for our general contractor for this project, and lo and behold, Bond Building presented us with Pam Bailey as our project manager. Pam was intimately involved with the project, and her background with Preservation Mass just added to this dream team atmosphere that we had. She was an integral member of the project team and one of our biggest cheerleaders. So I would like you all to welcome Pam Bailey to the podium. Pam?
Thank you, Mary. I didn't expect that. Thank you very much. So as a project manager for Bond Building, I would love to describe in great detail all the construction aspects of this project, jacking up and reinforcing the initially failed trusses, bringing in the new steel framework to extend the roof line at the south, the restoration, recreation of the terracotta arches at the north elevation, and my favorite aspect, the way that so much of the existing structure remains supporting this building 168 years later. However, I've been asked to talk briefly on behalf of Preservation Massachusetts. As Mary said, I was chairman of the board in 2012 when the City Hall was identified as one of the most endangered properties in the Commonwealth. I wish I could say it happens more often, but not many buildings survive past that, let alone become award winners later. The importance and strength of advocacy cannot be underestimated. What started as a grassroots effort by a few to keep the building from being torn down has now revitalized the whole community. The physical structure of a building is important. These buildings carry a story of an area through time, but the value is so much more than bricks and timber. The true value is what the essence of a building brings to a community and how the community grows because of that energy. Bond Building is honored to have been part of the team delivering this award-winning project. The restoration of City Hall was a unique project, but it was the people we worked with in the city that made this such a standout. Their passion, energy, and commitment to the success of this project was infectious. They understood how the revitalization of City Hall would revitalize Main Street. Bond is a sponsor of Preservation Mass and a huge fan of the city of Fitchburg. We congratulate the team on winning the Paul and Nikki Tsongas Award for Preservation, and congratulate the city for such a wonderful project. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam, and we're huge fans of Pam Bailey, too. Former Congresswoman Nikki Tsongas was involved with the project while we were in the planning stages and immediately prior to beginning this project. Her involvement was key to our success, and we're very happy to have her here joining us today to not only celebrate our building, but to celebrate the Tsongas Preservation Award. Please join me in welcoming former Congresswoman Nikki Tsongas.
Thank you all. Well, it's great to be here and to walk into this beautiful building, and see how it's been adapted for current and future use. But I want to go back to when I first made my trip to Fitchburg as a potential member of Congress potentially representing Fitchburg. It was when the lines were being redrawn as a result of the 2010 census. And while I had been to Fitchburg many times in the past, this was my first time coming as a potential person who was looking and hoping to be able to represent you, to be successfully elected. And I remember this so vividly, turning onto Main Street and coming down and seeing City Hall. I think we were on our way to meet then Mayor Wong. But it really was the physical presence of this building on the street, what it said about the city, and just how distinctive it is as a city hall. I think it's probably one of the most beautiful in Massachusetts. So we all know that the building was soon closed thereafter, and I have to say throughout my tenure I was willing to do anything I could to help to save it. And as I left office in 2018, continued to worry that it would actually take place. So as you know, I've been out of office for now 2.5 years, and earlier this year, Preservation Massachusetts sent me a list of the people, all the organizations and communities that were going to receive the Tsongas Award. And Paul had passed away by the time this award was created. I was added to it as I was looking to leave Congress, and both Paul would be so proud, as I am so proud, that this award is given to those who really achieve excellence in preservation. And I look down the list and I go, Fitchburg City Hall, this is fantastic. And I called Mayor DiNatale. I give him and his leadership and the community at large such credit for recognizing how important it is and that this building be protected and preserved and serve the people of Fitchburg now and into the future. But I'm especially proud too, it's so important as we spend public dollars that we do it well and demonstrate that we're able to do it well, and that is certainly the case here. It's not just that this building was protected and preserved and reconfigured for the future, but it was done so with a standard of excellence that I think is so important in everything we in public office do. So it's my pleasure to be here to help you celebrate all the great work that has been done. And I look forward to seeing it well used over the years to come. But again, just to congratulate you and say it was my honor to represent you for a good number of years, but it's more my honor to be here today to see what you have done for your community. And again, thank you, Mayor DiNatale, for having the perseverance to see these through. We know these projects are not easy. Once gone, you never know what you've lost. but protected, you always know what you have. So thank you again.
Thank you, Congressman Tsongas. The next person, a man that needs no introduction, a great friend of mine, the biggest advocate for the city of Fitchburg, the ever bubbly and vivacious Mayor DiNatale.
Did he say vivacious? What the hell's that mean? Anyway, no, okay. You know, good morning, everyone. I honestly, it takes a lot for me to get a little anxious and choked up when I speak publicly, but for some reason today, in seeing all of you out here, all the members of the community, my family, it really is heartwarming, and it just speaks to the fact that some of the words that I'm going to be saying talks about all of the help that came from city department heads, from people on my staff, from just generally people in the community. And what we're seeing today is a representation of the community and seeing some of these folks. So why don't we give each other, let's give each other a round of applause. I'd like to give a special welcome to our elected officials as well as our building committee. And I'm going to name them individually. Mary Delaney, A.J. Turigny, Michael Kuchmerek, Thomas E. Donnelly, Lenny Laxo, Thomas Skorosky, Mark Barbadoro, Jay Bry, Bill McSheehy, Ellen DiGeronimo, and another bubbly and vivacious individual, Phil Esposito. Phil, are you bubbly out there? Where are you? Okay. We want to thank them for shepherding this project. Folks, we have a lot to be proud of. When I took office, I promised the people of Fitchburg a revitalized city, one driven by a vibrant economy, an arts and culture destination, a revitalized Main Street, and most importantly, a reinvestment in ourselves. As you can see today, we are making great progress, and we will continue to do so. The original City Hall was constructed in 1853 by Colonel Ivor Phillips, a Civil War veteran who would have been celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Colonel Phillips. Many bids were submitted for that job. However, Colonel Phillips, who sat on the building committee at that time, felt a building for the people should be built in a fiscally responsible manner and submitted his own bid, which was ultimately accepted. He then constructed our first town hall for, listen everyone, $14,000. God, I wish I could do that. A dedication ceremony was held on January 7th, 1853, marking the replacement of a hall on the Upper Common that dated back to 1792, which is now home to DeBonis Florist. Town Hall became Fitchburg City Hall after our incorporation as a city in 1872. The two-story Greek Revival building still lives on today, with much of its original exterior being preserved through time, despite renovations like the one in 1879, which built a four-story addition designed by noted architect H.M. Francis and was added to the back of the building again in 1960s, a second floor. Additionally, the building withstood severe weather, tornadoes, hurricanes, and even a Molotov cocktail. Ultimately, though, the building succumbed to a failing roof truss. In 2012, the building was closed and the municipal offices transitioned to municipal cubicles at the Fitchburg Redevelopment Authority space on Boulder Drive. A big thank you to the Redevelopment Authority and Megan Donahue, who was here this morning, and their executive director, Megan Donahue, for being a great landlord and a partner. I'd like to take a moment to thank the previous Fitchburg mayors. Through their leadership and hard work, they met the ever-growing needs of our city. Additionally, they ensured our historic building expanded and would always stand to meet the challenges ahead. In 2017, my administration took the first step and began to explore how the building could meet future needs of the city. After countless meetings and deliberations, City Council took a vote in February of 2018, approving the construction to repair and revitalize City Hall. I'd like to thank the city councilors who took that affirming vote for their leadership and foresight. Construction began in March of 2019. This is where we owe a special thanks to Collier's project leaders and Bond Building Construction. As you know, the COVID-19 pandemic struck in March of 2020. We lost 1 month of build time, only 1 month. The folks at Bond, especially Pam Bailey and Jerry Hemmersley, put together a strategy that would become an industry model, ensuring that virtually no construction time was missed and that most importantly, everyone was kept safe. Furthermore, thanks to the tenacity of our project manager, another bubbly and vivacious individual, Mr. Tony DeLuzio. Where are you, Tony? You in the back over there? Put your hand up. Thank you. He really did, just went above and beyond what we could have hoped for. Thanks again, Tony. The team stayed together and everyone was informed throughout the process. I would also like to express a special thanks to Ned Collier. Ned was here. Ned, where are you? There he is, Ned Collier. He represents Icon Architecture, and he uses big architectural words that I don't understand most of the time. Beautiful Vision showed us that what this building could become. Through their designs came the concept, City Hall for All. And to the building committee who volunteered their time and shared in our foresight and planning, they knew the importance of returning municipal government to Main Street and helped our city to see it through. However, I truly believe this building would not have seen the light of day if it weren't for my former Chief of Staff, A.J. Terigny, and the Building Committee Chair, Mary Delaney. Thank you. A.J. took on the monumental task as contract manager while also performing his day-to-day duties. When A.J. announced he was leaving, he graciously continued working with us until this project was completed. A.J., we truly mean this. We would not be standing here today without your leadership. Thank you so much. And to Mary Delaney, Mary had a lot to do with the Gardner building of their new police station. She brought invaluable experience here. And she was always my calming effect, if you can believe that. She would say, we can do that, but this might be better. And usually when people say that to me, they're right, because I'm not a real emotional guy. Everyone that knows me knows that. Oh, not true? Okay. Thank you to Mary Delaney for shepherding this project along. Your experience and guidance is one of the chief reasons we're proud to announce that this building came in on time and on budget. Mary, your supervision of this project should be applauded by every taxpayer in the city of Fitchburg. Thank you again. Additionally, on the grounds of our campus, we are fortunate to have a legislative building. Thank you to Bank of America for gifting the city this building, which now will house our city council chambers. I recall sitting down with the folks from Bank of America early on in our planning stages. We told them our plans for City Hall. We showed them the early drawings. They asked how they could help. Of course, I suggested, give me the building. And that's what they did. They laughed. But they took that request back to their board of directors, and thanks to Bank of America, they agreed to and then gifted us that. I don't know, when was that, AJ? When was that? 2000. The big key. We got the big key somewhere. They understood the importance of what we were trying to accomplish, and to their credit, they gifted us the building. Again, thank you to Bank of America. City workers returned to the building in December. The doors were open to the public in April. 168 years after Colonel Ivers Phillips and his crew and their hammers and horses completed the handiwork. Moving during a pandemic was no easy feat. However, doing so allowed more employees to return to in-person work and to do so in a safe manner. With today's ribbon cutting, we are announcing that Fitchburg is open for business. When we invest in ourselves and our citizens, we signify that Fitchburg is worthy of investment. The original architects chose this spot and the building's orientation so that the sight lines enable you to see it all the way down Main Street, symbolizing strength and vitality of the downtown corridor. This is all as true now as it was 170 years ago. Since we declared our intentions to renovate City Hall, we have seen $200 million in new planned and renovated construction in the downtown corridor. Thank you. This is a beautiful building. Our City Hall for All is important to Fitchburg in so many ways. It's the seat of our government, is now back on Main Street. Our municipal workers have a safe and modern environment, and our constituents have an easily navigable City Hall that was purpose-built. Equally as important, though, is our commitment to this great city. My administration has spent years promoting Fitchburg and encouraging folks to invest in our city. We believe in Fitchburg, and we are willing to invest in our future. This building stands as the testament to our commitment and that our municipal government remains committed to Fitchburg's future. Folks, thank you for coming today, for supporting and believing in Fitchburg. I hope you enjoy your City Hall for All, and again, thank you all.
Thank you again, folks. A few recognitions I'd like to do. Thank you to FATV for filming today's event, the best access television there is in the state of Massachusetts. I also like to recognize Kathy Flynn and Kay Hillman. As you guys take your tours upstairs in the lobby, they put a nice history together of the city of Fitchburg. Emily Turner is also here from Lori Trahan's office. I'd like to recognize her. And again, thank you to the building committee. Patrick Hare, I'd like to turn this over to you for the ribbon cutting. Oh, and Eugene Finney as well, with Kay Hillman and Kathy Flynn. Thank you.
Good morning, folks. So we are going to transition to outside for the formal ribbon cutting for the building. So if we could kind of clear a path here, we got to let these folks get out, and then if you all want to turn around and put your attention outside, we'll cut the ribbon out there. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, I'm stepping for the city, for all of us. One. All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, city councilors, who voted for this project. All right, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Whoop. There it is. Come on now. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, no. Oh, it's Oh, yes. All right, I'm getting out of dodge.